next types of next type of chemical reaction is chemical decomposition. Chemical decomposition. We discussed chemical combination previously. In a chemical combination, two or more products are combined and form only one new product. In this regarding to this chemical combination, one equation, one chemical reaction I told you. Sorry for that. When calcium hydroxide is when this calcium hydroxide is reacts with carbon dioxide, it gives calcium carbonate and water. It gives calcium carbonate and water. But I told you only calcium carbonate is formed. But I told you it is a chemical combination. No, it is not a chemical combination reaction. Sorry for the inconvenience about it. So this is not a chemical combination, but is a chemical reaction only takes place. Then coming to the next one, chemical decomposition. In a chemical reaction, a single compound decomposes into two or more products. Such reactions are called as chemical decomposition. Such reactions are called chemical decomposition. So let's take one example. Calcium carbonate, which is generally called as limestone or marble. Limestone or the marble. When we heat the limestone, it gives two products. It is calcium carbonate is a single product, single compound only. This compound disassociate and divide into two products. One is calcium oxide, which is already discussed. It is called as quicklime. This calcium oxide is used in manufacture of cement. One of the ingredients for making or manufacturing the cement is calcium oxide, which is called as calcium oxide, which is a quicklime. It is quicklime. So plus carbon dioxide is formed. So calcium carbonate is a limestone. We can call it a solid state. When we heat, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is formed. Observe here. And the equation and the arrow mark I wrote heat means this reaction taking place because of the heat. When we heat the calcium carbonate, disassociated the calcium oxide and the carbonate, this reaction carried out by the heating. Such reactions are called as endothermic reactions. Such reactions are called as endothermic reaction. So, if the reaction is carried out, if the reaction, if any reaction is carried out by absorbing heat or by heating, such reactions are called as endothermic reactions. Such reactions are called as endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions are the reaction if the reaction carried out by heating or by taking heat or by absorbing heat. So here calcium carbonate gives us calcium oxide and the calcium carbonate by heating. So this is the example for endothermic reaction. And if you take one more example for endothermic reaction, nitrogen plus oxygen gives rise to nitric oxide NO. It is called as nitric oxide, or simply we can call as nitrogen oxide, or other called as nitrogen monoxide. Nitrogen monoxide. Mono means one. So two nitrogens, two oxygen here, but no, not balanced. So when you write like this, 2NO, 2NO, two nitrogen, two oxygen, and two oxygen, and you can write Q. That Q represent here heat energy. Heat energy is required. Heat energy is required for carrying this reaction. If you write plus here, then it is exothermic reaction. If you write minus here, this is an endothermic reaction. In this reaction, heat energy is required. For doing this reaction, heat energy is required. Such reactions are called as endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions. So, exothermic reactions, heat energy is released. In case of endothermic reactions, heat energy is required for carrying the chemical reaction. So, there is a difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. Then, we are coming to chemical decomposition. In a chemical reaction, a single compound only decomposed gives two or more products. Calcium carbonate, calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. So, calcium carbonate is called as limestone or the marble. This calcium oxide is called as quicklime. Then carbon dioxide released. In chemical composition, we discuss this calcium oxide dissolves in water. It gives the slate lime calcium hydroxide. This calcium hydroxide is used as whitewash. Used in whitewash. Again, the calcium hydroxide combined with carbon dioxide and gives us calcium carbonate. So, calcium hydroxide is combined with carbon dioxide, which is present in the atmosphere. It gives calcium carbonate plus water. So, it is a liquid and it is a gas and it is a solid and it is a liquid. It is a liquid. So, this calcium carbonate forms calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide is dissolves in water. It gives us calcium hydroxide. This calcium hydroxide is aqueous solution as liquid. Then again combined with the carbon dioxide, which is present in atmosphere, forms calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. So, this is one example. Calcium carbonate combined with dissociate or divide or decompose into two products. Let us take one more example. Second example, iron sulfate. If we heat the iron sulfate, it gives iron oxide Fe2O3 plus SO2 and SO3. Iron oxide, if we heat the iron oxide, it gives iron oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So, is it the balanced chemical equation or not? Let us check. First of all, calcium, okay, calcium. Then oxygens are 3 here. So, 2 plus 1, 3 oxygens, 1 carbon and 1 carbon is balanced between no problem. Then here see observed iron sulfate. So, only 1 iron in the reactant side, but here 2 are there. So, simply you write 2 here, then see again. 2 iron, sulfur 2, so 1 plus 1, 2, then 2, 4 are 8, 8 oxygens are there, 3 plus 2, 5, plus 3, 8, plus 3, 8. So now it is a balanced chemical equation. So iron sulfate, which is a solid, right? Then iron oxide is formed, or simply we can call as ferric oxide. Ferric oxide, which is a solid. Then sulfur dioxide, and this is sulfur trioxide. This is sulfur trioxide. This sulfur dioxide and sulfur dioxide are called as suffocating gases. Suffocating gases. So these two are called as suffocating gases. Sometimes during hot summer we feel very uncomfortable. So suffocated, we feel very uncomfortable. So these two, sulfur dioxide and sulfur dioxide, both are called as suffocating gases. Then take one more example for understanding this. Actually, this is iron sulfate, is green in color. One more example for understanding the chemical decomposition. Chemical decomposition is potassium chlorate, KClO3. On heating, it gives us potassium chloride and oxygen. Potassium chloride and oxygen. Potassium chlorate. This is potassium chlorate. Potassium chloride. Potassium chloride. Oxygen. Potassium chloride and oxygen. As usual, let us check. Is it a balanced chemical equation or not? Every time write the balanced chemical equation. So potassium chloride, which is a solid, then potassium chloride also is a solid, and oxygen is a gas. So KClO3, one potassium, here also one potassium, one chlorine and one chlorine, but three oxygens here, two oxygens here. That's what we have to do. If you write 2 here, for example, 4 now, then for what here 4, but you did not write 1 here, right? So if you write 2, the reactant side, now 2 potassiums, but here only 1. If you write 2, now 2 potassium atoms. Here also 2 potassium. Chlorines are 2, but the oxygen 3 into 2, 6. Here only 2. Then if you write 2, 3 is 6. So now this is a balancing chemical equation. So balancing chemical equation, follow the steps. What equation? The correct equation by using the symbols and formula. So write number of atoms in the reactant side and the product side, then one by one we have to balance it. So observe these 3 examples. Calcium carbonate on heating gives us calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Iron sulfate gives us ferric oxide or iron oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Then potassium chlorate gives us potassium chloride and oxygen. In these 3 examples, one common thing is, what is that common thing? Heat. Heat energy is required. So these are the examples for endothermic as well. These 3 reactions taking place in the presence of heat. Such reactions are called, if a chemical compound decomposes, due to heating, we can call it as thermal decomposition. in any chemical reaction taking place, or the chemical decomposition takes place. If the chemical decomposition takes place by heating is called as thermal decomposition. When a decomposition is carried out, when a decomposition is a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating or in the presence of heat is called as thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. Maybe it's not visible properly, I think. So let us write when a decomposition reaction is carried out by the presence of heat or by heating is called thermal decomposition. That reaction take place in the presence of heat. Such reactions are called as decomposition reactions are called thermal decomposition. Let us take one more example for the thermal decomposition or the decomposition reaction. Take potassium lead nitrate, which is white in color, lead nitrate, PbNO3 taken twice, PbNO3 on heating. If you heat potassium nitrate, so it forms lead oxide and nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. So lead nitrate. So I hope understand this. So let us write this equation here. Write clearly. PbNO3 taken twice, lead nitrate solid white in color, on heating gives lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. So lead oxide, this is nitrogen dioxide, and as usually we know oxygen. So is it the balanced chemical equation or not? Let us check again. So write the balanced chemical equation. So lead 1, here 1, okay, nitrogen 2, here only 1, oxygen 6, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 1 5. So it is a not balanced chemical equation. So let us take 2 for example. If you write 2 here, leads are 2 okay, then lead 2 okay, then nitrogens 2, but we will write 2 here. Then calculate oxygens. 2 plus 2 3 is 6, 6 2 is 12. 10, 2, 2, 4, 4 plus 4, 8. So oxygens are not balanced still. Then what you have to do? If you write sorry, here 2 into 2, 2 nitrogens and 2. 2 plus 2, 4. So here you write 4. Now do again. 2 leads. Here also lead 2. Nitrogen 2, 2, 4. 4 nitrogens. Okay. Then 2, 3 plus 6. 6 plus 2, 12. 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 4, 8. 8 plus 2 4 ja 8. 8 plus 2, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So now it is a balanced chemical equation. So this is a balanced chemical equation. So it's white or colorless, then lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide. In the previous reaction, we wrote if nitrogen combined with oxygen gives rise to is nitric oxide or nitrogen monoxide or simply nitrogen oxide. But this is called as a nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide. So now it is a balanced chemical equation. Nitrogen dioxide form or nitrogen oxide, simply also called brown fumes are formed in this reaction. Brown fumes are formed. So here the gas is evolved and this also gas is evolved, and this is a solid and this is also a solid. Right? So these are this is about chemical decomposition. In every example, a single compound dissociate, into two or more than two new products, and observe these chemical reactions. In all these chemical reactions carried out by the heat. So when a chemical decomposition reaction carried out by heating is called as thermal decomposition. It's called as thermal decomposition because heat is required for the decomposition of a chemical compound. So we discussed chemical combination. In a chemical combination, we understand exothermic reaction. Then chemical decomposition examples, and the first type of chemical decomposition is thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. Then photosynthesis. Photosynthesis also is an example for endothermic reaction. Photosynthesis also an example for endothermic reaction. So green leaves of the plants prepare their own food. So because of heat energy is required, so it is also example for endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. And one more example for exothermic reaction, respiration. So in the respiration, food particles combined with oxygen produces some amount of energy. So respiration is the example for exothermic reaction. Photosynthesis is the example for endothermic reactions. Endothermic reaction. So thermal decomposition is completed. Then in a chemical composition only, let us take another example. So next example for understanding chemical decomposition. There are three types of chemical decomposition already we discussed. Thermal decomposition and electrolytic decomposition, as well photochemical or photochemical reaction. So let us take one more example, photochemical reaction or photochemical decomposition. Let us take one example. Start using this one. AZBr, silver bromide, silver bromide, silver bromide. When you place silver bromide outside in the presence of sunlight, it gives silver and bromine. See, observe that, is it balanced chemical equation or unbalanced chemical equation? Unbalanced chemical equation or balanced chemical equation? It is unbalanced chemical equation. So this is silver and this is bromine. One silver, okay. Bromine is 1 here and bromine is 2 here. If you write 2 here, so 2 bromine is okay. Then silver is not balanced. Then write here silver bromide. So silver bromide is chemical compound. This silver bromide light yellow in color. So it is in light yellow in color. When we place outside in the presence of sunlight, so it disassociates with silver and bromine. Silver and bromine. So it is a solid and it is also solid. It is also solid and bromine is a gas. Bromine is a gas. So gray in color. It turns into gray color. Yellow color, light yellow color silver bromide dissociated with silver and bromine. So after dissociation or after decomposition, it turns into gray in the presence of sunlight. So here a decomposition reaction taking place. Such reactions are called as photochemical reaction or photolytic decomposition. Photolytic decomposition or photochemical decomposition. Photochemical decomposition. What is thermal decomposition? If a chemical decomposition takes place by heating the thermal decomposition. If a chemical decomposition takes place, if a chemical decomposition is carried out by sunlight or light energy, is called photochemical decomposition. Decomposition takes place. Single substance dissociated to two, silver and bromine. But this reaction is taking place or carried out in the presence of sunlight. So it is the example for photochemical decomposition. Photochemical decomposition reaction. Photochemical decomposition reaction. So we discussed two. One is thermal decomposition and another one is the photochemical reaction. Right? So then still one more decomposition reaction is in the presence of electricity. So the next class we will discuss about chemical decomposition by electricity. A little bit very important chemical reaction that is. Then the chemical decomposition by electricity and displacement double displacement and oxidation and reactions are discussed in the next classes. So this is about chemical decomposition. In chemical decomposition, we discussed two. One is thermal decomposition and other one is the photochemical or photolytic decomposition. Or simply the decomposition reaction occurred in the presence of sunlight are also called as a photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction. So this is, so please inform to your friends, subscribe the channel. If you understood, if you like, please give a like and write a comment about the class, right? So please do not say hi, good evening, like that, please. So if you understood, write your name, please mention your name and like the video, share the video, subscribe the video, so to your friends. So please share it and understand that. So this is the first time trying my level best. Because of no required materials, because of no materials, so I did not conduct any activity. It is going just the explanation only. Thank you. So stay safe at your home because of hot summer. Take care about your health. So thank you so much.